Good morning, everyone. Listen, God gave me a gem this morning. He gave me this gem a few days ago, but it just keeps coming back in my spirit. I've spoken to multiple people about it, but I believe there is more that needs to hear this. And it's like, I cannot do anything. I cannot continue my day without giving you all this gem. See, quite often, we're willing to lay particular things on the line. We're willing to lay certain things at the altar. But my question to you today is, are you willing to lay your gifts on the line? Are you willing to place your gifts in the hands of God? We can always say, God, take it away, take things that are not of you out of me. We can constantly, talk about, God, you can have the job. When we say that, the job is a mess. When we say that it's in destruction, we don't want to talk about the relationship sometimes because in our mind is what gives us peace. Are you willing to put that on the line? The relationship, the friendships, the company that you keep. But most importantly, are you willing to put your gifts in God's hands? We call ourselves protecting ourselves from the protector. And I spoke on that just yesterday and the day before that to somebody. Are you willing to put your gifts and your dreams and your vision in God's hands? Because understand, what is embedded inside of you, God gave you. What is embedded inside you, God gave you. And when you put them in God's hands, God can elevate you, can promote you. The question is, are you willing to put it on the line? Because I will tell you, and I will say it again and again and again, I don't care what it is, everything I will put on the line for God. If I got to lay for a year in destruction, not feeling comfort and peace, because that's the season that God placed me in, I am willing to do it. I am willing to lay it on the line. I'm willing to lay my comfortability on the line for God. Are you? Come on, y'all. Are you? Are you really? Because we are very particular with certain things. When things are a mess, we can give it to God. But what about the things that are peaceful in your life? But you understand it's peaceful, but there's no elevation. Because that peace did not come from God. That comfort in the situation that you are laying at and continue to stay in, God didn't give you that peace. That peace comes from the denial. That peace comes from the forcing and trying. And we oftentimes, especially with our gifts and talents, we have these big dreams, these get quick rich schemes. What I mean by that is like we expect things to happen immediate. And I told somebody yesterday, God is always immediate. But understand, God's definition of immediate and ours is different. Because God's timing is always right. But are you willing to lay your gifts in the hands of God? Are you willing to give all of you to God? Because we think that we are in alignment with God. But try putting your gifts on the line. Try putting them in God's hands. Try putting everything in God's hand, not just a piece of you. Because we always talk about, the relationship, the family, the career. Let's talk about the gifts. Let's talk about the things that drive us. Put those in the hands of God. Because I promise you, sometimes it's like we think we have this plan. We think that everything, okay, I do this and do this. It's like, I know God gave me these gifts, but why isn't it working out? Put them in his hands. Like I told somebody yesterday, this is your year to ride the wave. Let go of you. Because you are blocking you. Once you let go of you, let go of your own insecurities, your own will, and put it in God's hands, things are going to start to happen. Mark my word. Because I got something for y'all coming soon. I'm getting back on YouTube. I never stopped. I never stopped. And when I make a post, ask me how. Ask me how I got to where I got. Ask me how, and I'm going to tell you it was God. I'm going to lead you right to the master. Because I'm not playing with my soul. I'm not playing with my life. I'm not playing any game. This is not for fake. This is for real. I look a hot mess. But God placed a message on my spirit that he keeps placing on my spirit constantly. And you think I'm concerned about my appearance? I'm not here to glorify man but God. So when God tells me to move, I move. When God tells me to speak, I will speak. Are you willing to be bold and be on the front line for God? Sometimes it's a test. God didn't need you to fight that battle because he got it, but he wants to know, were you willing to put it all on the line? Were you willing to give up you for God? I would do it again and again. Ask me how. I'm telling you, I got some things coming. Ask me how. I'm not selfish. Ask me how God did it. Because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Because anything that I have, God placed it inside of me. No. We're not ready to play that game where we just pretend that we got it all on our own. No. We're not going to play this game pretending that it was easy. when there were nights we were crying and pleading to God. No, we're not going to do that. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. But again and again, lastly, I'm going to ask you again, are you willing to put your gifts in God's hands? The things that you are passionate about. Are you willing to place that in God's hands? Understanding when you place in God's hand, you're willing to understand that your timing with it may not be in alignment. Because understand this, when things happen and when we have a plan for ourselves, we go outside of God's plan. We are getting our validation from man. And that validation, let's say it felt good, but then you feel no fulfillment. It felt good, but you feel like something is still missing because you haven't placed them in the hands of God. You think that you're making it now. You think that you're going somewhere now, but wait till you put it in God's hands. And sometimes where people are afraid to put things in God's hands simply because it's that fear of, I don't know, because things, why are you afraid when you put it in the hands of the master, the creator? Don't put it in the hands of man. And another thing, are you willing to look like a fool for God? Are you willing to be a fool for God? Because understand society's ideas of how things should work and how things should go in the order and the steps. This is not in alignment with God. And so you will be looking like a fool. Trust me, I'm ready to look like a fool every day. I'm like, why does she do this? Why? Because God told me to. Just wait. But, okay, the fool for God is another topic video that I'm actually going to do. I'm just leaving it at this little gym. Look at hot mess. I got a lot of work I'm trying to do today, cleaning, everything like that. But hope everyone has a blessed day. Take these things into consideration. I love you all. Peace and blessings.